Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to a technical analysis for Blockchain Champions. I'm wishing you a good afternoon. It's been a relative rough couple of days, weeks. Price has been declining steadily, and yeah, I mean, a lot has happened. For me, I had some shorts running, mostly flat now, because I was working during the times that I would have wanted to take some trades. Now I'm just sitting patiently waiting for another entry which I would like to take, and we're going to discuss all about that. At first, I would like to recap what I said a few weeks ago, that if we break this upward channel to the downside and reject off the point of control of this range, I would expect us to go lower and break this bigger trend channel as well, and that's exactly what happened. So everybody who was on the same side as me and who took the trade, congratulations, well done. Now I've left on some important levels. I will add on some more, but I really want to take it out to the long term today. And what you see is that we've reached a price that we haven't reached for a very long time, namely December 2020. So we've reached a price that we've reached 2 years ago, 2 years prior. I mean, that's a long way back or a long way down, you'd say. Maybe even 2.5 years. So everybody who's not calling it a bear market is disillusional or is crazy. I would contest that it's been a bear market since we started breaking down from the all-time high here, especially with the first drop all the way to 41k. I mean, yeah, it was getting more and more logical to resume down, and down we have gone. I mean, it's been, yeah, for long traders, it's been brutal. For me personally, I'm actually pretty happy. Why? Well, in the bear market and when I have less time, I'm less of a trader and more of an investor. So for me, the lower prices are going, the more upside potential the quality projects have. It's that simple. I mean, if you like Bitcoin at 60k, you should love Bitcoin at 20k or 30k. Why? I mean, fundamentally nothing has changed much, except that the price is halved or less. So yeah, I mean, buying Bitcoin here is a lot cheaper than buying Bitcoin here, and you're buying the same product for half the price. Okay, now let's get into what actually happened, because it was very, very, very technical. I mean, it was actually amazing, actually amazing. So I've drawn some older levels here. This is a weekly here at 19.1k. The last weekly that's not been tapped. If we continue the downtrend, I would expect to give this a tap, to give this a touch. But that's a long-term play. We're not there yet. But let's get to some daily levels. I mean, we have had some lovely daily levels here. We have a level here, which has been touched once. And we have a daily level here, which has been touched once as well, and which has held up pretty nice. Pretty nice. We also have a weekly here at 31k, but yeah, I'm not interested too much in that one, but for the fun of it, I'll put it on here. Alrighty, so these were the levels. So coming down here, rejecting off or breaking through this monthly level at 37.5k really was the signal to to go short or to be bearish in the immediate short term, and bearish it has been. Now, at specific levels, well, what did we see? We see a absolutely perfect testing of the CC of the whole move since the Corona, can I say that word? The Corona crash. So from all the way down here at 3.8k till 69k, and we had the Fibonacci golden pocket at 28.7, which we touched here once, and 0.66 at 26k, and we've swing failure patterned it perfectly along with this daily level. I mean, what did we do? We came down crashing through the level all the way down to close the candle above the levels. So we've grabbed all the liquidity in this area, all the people stop losses they have had set up here, we've taken them out. What happens is we break these levels and retail becomes super bearish and starts shorting and up, and suddenly it reverses quite violently all the way back up, leaving all these shorters trapped. Bears are in disbelief. Bulls got stopped out of their longs, and price reverses. I have to admit that this swing failure pattern, which has been on relatively low volume compared to before, was actually not that violent in the lower time frames. I'm not surprised by this because a lot of the market retail has been spooked out, bored out, or left because of the bearish macro trends also on the stock markets, and people got feared a lot by the Luna UST crash, and so there weren't. I don't think there's many traders or traders left at this point. So this move wasn't as violently as somewhere here, how it went around the 28Ks here, or this bounce. And it's been relatively calm, and what you see is that during this whole last run down, I mean, Bitcoin went down another 10-20%, and the alts tanked like 30 to 80%. Now, that's what we've seen, and we've seen it. The swing failure pattern was absolutely perfect. And the fun thing is that afterwards, the price was also very technical. Let's talk over shortly what happened here. So we were bouncing off, making lower highs on the monthly a couple of times. I've removed I've removed the fixed range, but there was a point of control here as well. It doesn't matter. We've making lower highs, lower lows, bounced off the weekly once, twice, fell below it, fell below the channels, and then we just kept falling below. Well, we came up into this daily level, we fell through it, tested it as resistance, multiple candles here, only to fall back down further, test this daily level as resistance, fall back further into the 26Ks, high 25Ks to reverse, test the daily as resistance once, come back down to the Fibonacci level, only to break up through it. I mean, it's been absolutely technical. And the question now is, what's the plan now? Well, if you've not set any alarm clocks at this golden pocket, and you have not taken entries yet, it's wise to wait for levels. So if we backtest this daily as support, it's a long. If we backtest this Fibonacci, I'm not so sure. But keep in mind how we always trade. You want to buy low and sell high. So at this point, I'd say we have a bounce going on the way. From the lows to where we are now, we have bounced about 22% on Bitcoin. And before we can actually reverse into fully bullishness, we will need to see several signs of strength. And signs of strength will be breaking some specific levels. The first level we need to backtest and hold as support is a 31K or 32K. And then there's a lot of work, because actually what I would like to see for true strength to be shown is to break this level of 45k, and I think we are a long time away from it. At this point, what I think, which is a more logical way of action, is that we go up a bit, probably somewhere to a Fibonacci level, or another point of control of a range that we're going to form here. Maybe this Fibonacci level at around 40k. We test as resistance. We come back down, maybe even for a leg further, a leg down more, to in the low 20s or maybe even the 19k, before and we enter a prolonged area of accumulation there before we see a next bull cycle. That's some sort of pattern that for me is the most likely at this point. Of course, I can be wrong. Of course, something entirely different can happen. I think what's important is that we keep an eye on the stock market at this time, because the climate is pretty risk averse, and so far Bitcoin has been correlating well with risk on assets. So if the stock markets start tanking again, we can expect Bitcoin to follow suit some more. On the other hand, I mean, so many people have been bought out or stopped out already, that I do wonder myself how many sellers there are left. Well, this is ExoChart. What you see here is the open interest on the Bybit. It's been really low at 580 million, and what I also see is that the volume picking up here from the swing failure pattern all the way up to where we are now at around 31 or 30.5k has been really low. The volume has been really low here. And yeah, that can also show that the bounce is not strong, or it can show that a lot of people have left the market. This is, by the way, what I use for order flow at certain levels. I will explain this in the future. This video, I don't think it's the right time, because I want to prepare it to make some points clear about CVD and about open interest, or new longs, new shorts opens, which are really nice. But here, to take a quick look, yes, open interest has barely been increasing on this run up, which means there hasn't been a lot of longs opening here, and the CVD is also not showing a lot of strength at this point. We had a lot of absorption here into limit longs, which have been set. But that's for another day. So, to make it concrete, we have bounced off the 0.66 Fibonacci golden pocket and the daily. Currently, we are slowly moving up, and for swing traders, I'd say there is a potential to pick a long of a decent level here. I would expect to see some follow through, at least till this monthly or to this Fibonacci that I drew here before. Yep, up at around 40k, and I would expect us to come back down a bit. At least I think we need time for another accumulation phase for Bitcoin before next bull run. So that's what I would expect. At this point, because I've been very busy at work and trading less, and I'm not able to take the best entries, I am going to adopt more of an investing strategy at this point. I'm going to dollar cost average in a certain amount of coins, and I'm just going to keep dollar cost averaging. Some of these will be layer 1, some of these will be scaling solutions of Ethereum, and some of these will be utility coins. So I'm going to look on stacking some Link. I'm going to look to stack some perhaps Tezos, some Phantom, maybe even some Matic. Of course, I'm going to stack some Ethereum and the Bitcoin. I might pick up some Quant because I think it's relatively undervalued at this point. It's a very cool project. These are the tokens I would start dollar cost averaging. Might even grab some Rune. It's been tanking a lot. It also took the lows here. Look at the volume of this. It's pretty crazy. These are the projects I'm looking to dollar cost average in. What does that mean? That for the next couple of weeks, months, maybe even longer, I'm just going to buy a few percentage of my liquidity into these projects while they're on the way up or on the way down to accumulate a quite decent position. Yeah, that is actually going to be my plan. So, everybody listening, we have had a very, very volatile time behind us. I expect some more volatility in the future. I've been actively engaged in the Luna ecosystem. I hope everybody is safe. I hope nobody does anything stupid, because I hear stories of people losing a lot of money with the collapse of Luna and UST. I think there was over 18 billion UST, and I think around 10 or 12 billion dollars of this UST practically got destroyed overnight. So I think everybody has to learn this lesson the hard way once. Crypto is volatile. You can lose all your money. That's why you diversify. I can tell you for this, I was a young kid or a younger kid at the 2017-18 bull run. My portfolio did over at 10x. I didn't sell a thing, and I was bag holder all the way through the bear market of 2018. And I came into profits at the start of 2021. I lost a lot of paper value, but I held on. I came back, and I made a significant amount of money last bull run, and I would urge everybody to keep that set of mind. If you've lost a lot of money, if you feel sad, it's only money. If you educate yourself in investing or in trading, there is no reason why you cannot come back from it. So in that case, stay safe, educate yourself, and make sure you never make the same mistakes again. Meaning with that is, if we go up, you take profit. If you go up, you take profit. If we go down a bit, you take profit until you're at levels where you feel safe with your financial situation. Never invest money that you cannot afford to lose, and always make sure you have enough dry powder to buy the dips, and always make sure that on the way up you take some profits. Because if you do not realize profits, you end up with nothing, and that's always very frustrating. So that was my sort of fundamental / technical analysis for Bitcoin at this point. In summary, I am at this point relatively bullish. We've changed direction here. Although we've already ticked up 22%, I think there is a decision moment going on. If we break this level of the weekly, I'd say we have a chance of going up some more. If we hold it as resistance, we will probably go back down. Everybody, stay safe this week, and see you next time.